For a 2-week road trip, I have packed white yarn and purple yarn, stitch markers, 2 sets of 2mm needles, and a pattern to knit myself some socks. I'm using the Hermione's Everyday Sock that I found on Ravelry. I've made previously. The cream yarn is from Nundle Woolen Mills and it's undyed merino. The purple is nettle left over from the Bookish Knitters Society where I knitted a shawl. My favourite stitch markers and 2 lengths of needles. One is a 60cm cable, one is a short circumference. And pack it all up in a little drawstring bag that was on my blog a month or so ago. I've packed cards for card a day, note cards, journal, my favourite watercolour plus an extra little one, some glue, scissors, pens, pencils, coloured pencils, some neo colours, just to keep on top of my card a day project and do some sketching. I got this little pouch from Daiso when I was in Sydney last year, so packing it all up, trying to work out the best way to fit it. Originally my plan was to kind of hopefully fit most of it in there, and I was having success right up until the point I started getting a bit bulky, and then my pencils turned out to be too long to fit in, so I needed to reassess exactly how I was going to store my pencils and my paintbrushes. So I got this pouch that Car made me a few years back and ended up rearranging what I did. I ended up putting all my supplies into this cute little pouch, which actually now needs some running repairs after being loved all the way around outback Queensland for the last 2 weeks. So I ended up with all my supplies in that pencil case, and in the clear pencil case I kept my 3x4-inch cards, my journaling cards, and I managed to fit this little A6 Moleskine journal. Kept it all in there nice and safe. It's clear plastic so it wouldn't get damaged or wet. I also included a couple of books from Mother's Day, my writing book, this little pouch that's had a hand stitching project that's been floating around for years. I'm making a pinch pouch, so I've got that to take with me. Needle, thread, snips, all the important things in a cute little pouch. Then my Kindle, of course, which I've actually hacked to add this loop to. I will blog more about that. iPad, card reader, hard drive, laptop, and my favorite bag, which is actually, you can't really see it here, plus my camera and a lens. I took a 35mm lens and an 85mm lens. This bag is actually a low pro backpack, which has space for camera and 2 lenses down the bottom, and it's a sling style one, so I can just swing it around to grab my camera out. And then I need to work out how I'm going to fit everything in. The rule when we're telling the kids what to pack with them is you can take as much as you want as long as it fits within your backpack. So I'm trying really hard to stick to that myself. So I've got my knitting going in there, my watercolors. You can see I'm rearranging everything into that drawstring top there. So the camera sits down, well, towards the top of the frame there, but the bottom of the bag. Slowly trying to fit everything in. Writing book I ended up slipping in the front to make some space. It was a really tight fit, and I was at the point at this minute I was like, I have got too much stuff, but I don't know what to get rid of. In goes the sewing, in goes the Kindle. Getting close to finishing. The hard drives went in our electronics bag. That iPad was not going to fit in there. Certainly not without breaking anyway. So I did have an attempt at fitting my books in. I will confess they didn't fit. I ended up popping them in the glove box. So I did cheat slightly. But to be fair, the camera was for family memory making, so it wasn't all just for me. That's my excuse anyway, and I'm sticking to it. So that's my pile of stuff, and off we go.